Hello everyone, welcome to MacroEdtech. We are providing a 30 days revision series for UPSC Civil Service Examination Prelims 2026 and I'm talking about paper number 2, that is CSET. This is day number 14 and in this session we will discuss only two passages and four questions. Our main focus will be on understanding the passage carefully, observing the writing style of author, learning how to interpret the central idea and solving question with the proper logical reasoning. So let's begin with the first passage. Passage number 1. Each state in India faces a distinctive set of challenges regarding the impact of warming, but also offers its own set of opportunities for reducing emissions depending on its natural resources. For example, coastal states need to take action to protect their shores from sea level rises. Districts that are drier need to prepare for variable monsoon precipitations. Himalayan region have their own unique challenges, and selected parts of peninsular India and offshore areas offer great opportunities for harnessing wind power. These various aspects need to be considered for developing clear and sustainable goals for future. Now let's interpret this passage. Here you can read simple interpretation. Different states in India face different problems because of climate change. At the same time, each state also has special opportunities to reduce pollution based on its natural resources. For example, coastal states must protect their coastline from rising sea levels, while dry areas must prepare for irregular rainfall. Himalaya region face their own specific difficulties. Some parts of southern India and offshore areas are suitable for generating wind energy. All these factors should be carefully considered while planning a safe and sustainable future. Now understand the writing style. The passage uses a formal, informative and analytical writing style. Its features include formal language, which is suitable for academic or policy-related writing. Second, exploratory tone. Explain different climate-related challenge and solutions. Use of examples. Give example of coastal states, dry districts and Himalayan region. Objective approach. Present facts without personal opinions. And last, complex sentence structure. Combines many ideas in a single sentence for detailed explanation. Question number 1, which is based on passage number 1. Which one of the following statements best reflects the most logical, rational and pragmatic message conveyed by the author of passage? Option A. The mitigation and adaptation strategies to address or tackle the climate change is essentially the responsibility of each state. Option B. India is too diverse to implement any effective strategy or program to address or tackle the climate change. Option C. It is basically the responsibility of union government to implement the climate action plans and ensure net zero emissions. And option D. India needs to formulate effective climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies at state or regional level. Now we'll see the answer. You can easily remove incorrect options like option A. The passage doesn't say it is only the responsibility of each state. In a similar manner, you can check option B. It is also incorrect because the passage doesn't suggest India is too diverse or act effectively. Option C is also incorrect because the union government is not specifically mentioned as solely responsible. So which one is correct? Option D. India needs to formulate effective climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies at the state or regional level. So what is the explanation? You can check here. The passage emphasizes that different states face different climate challenge. Each region has unique resources and opportunities. Therefore, solution should be planned according to specific needs of each state or region. So the author's main message is that the climate strategies should be region specific and state level focused. Question number 2. With reference to passage number 1, the following assumptions have been made. Statement 1. Green energy production can be linked to integrated with the climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies. Statement 2. Effects of climate change are much more severe in coastal and mountainous regions. This is wrong. So which of the following assumption is or are valid? I think it's only one. Now we check the answer. Now you can see in explanation, assumption 1 is valid because the passage mentions opportunities like harnessing wind power, which connects green energy with climate strategies. Assumption 2 is not valid because the passage only say coastal Himalaya region have unique challenges. It doesn't say the effects are much more severe. Now passage number 2. If the social inequality is the most acutely felt social problem in India, insecurity more than poverty is the most acutely felt economic problem. Besides those below the official poverty line, even those just over the poverty line are subject to multiple economic insecurities of various kinds due to wealth or health risk, market fluctuations, job related uncertainties. Many government policies are actually intended towards mitigating these insecurities. Now we'll see the interpretation of this passage. Now please read the interpretation of passage number 2. The passage interprets that in India, people suffer not only from poverty but also from deep sense of economic insecurity. What do you understand by this? Means they are not sure about future. Even individuals who are slightly above the poverty line live with uncertainty related to income, health expenses, employment, and market changes. This insecurity affects a large section of society and creates constant fear about the future. The passage also suggests that many government policies are aimed at reducing these risks and providing economic stability and protection to people. So, what is the tone of passage? Analytical, serious, informative, concerned. And writing style, it explains ideas and issues clearly, means expository, formal and academic, fact-based and objective, socio-economic discussion style. Now we'll see two questions based on this passage. Now next question, which is based on passage number 2, and we have to find which sentence or which option best reflect the critical message conveyed by the passage number 2. Option A, India's political executive should be aware that poverty and social inequality and the consequent sense of insecurity is the main social problem. In India, poverty is the primary reason for social inequality and insecurity. It is not mentioned. So you can remove option B. Now option C, poverty and social inequality are so intricately linked that they pose an unmanageable crisis for India. Okay, this we can take hold. And option D, insecurity more than poverty is the main economic issue that government policies must address. We can also take D as hold. So now just come back to option A. India's political executive should be aware that poverty and social inequality and the consequent sense of insecurity is the main social problems. No, it is not a critical message. So A is also not right because we need a critical message which is conveyed directly from the passage. Option B already we eliminate. Now option C, poverty and social inequality are so intricately linked that they pose an unmanageable. In passage, author didn't mention about the unmanageable crisis. So it is also wrong. So correct is option D. Insecurity. This is the main central theme of this passage, that poverty is different, but insecurity about the future or sustainability is main issue. So insecurity more than poverty is the main economic issue that government policies must address. So this is correct. You can read here, correct answer D. Insecurity more than poverty is the most acutely felt economic problem. It also mentioned that many government policies are aimed at reducing these insecurities. So therefore option D or best capture the central message of passage. Now last question of the day. With reference to our passage, the following assumptions have been made. Statement 1. People above the poverty line are also prone to suffer from anxiety about economic insecurity. Yes, this is given. So, statement 1 is right. Option, or you can say the statement 2. Eradication of poverty can result in peace and social equality in the country. It is not mentioned anywhere in the passage. So, this is wrong. So, which one is correct? Only one. Statement 1 is correct. So option A is our correct answer. I attached explanation in this slide. You can read. Assumption 1 is valid because the passage clearly states that even people just above the poverty line face economic insecurity such as health risk, market fluctuation, and job uncertainties. Assumption 2 is not valid because the passage doesn't say that merely eradicating poverty will bring peace and social equality. It focuses more on insecurity as the major economic concern. Therefore, only assumption 1 is valid. So that's it for today from my side. You can ask any question via mail or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. So thank you very much. Tomorrow I'll upload next video with some more passages, and upcoming 3-4 days we will discuss only passages because in CSET exam it has a major weightage, and then we will again start our numerical and logical reasoning.